They told me you were busy. Thanks for seeing me.
It's been a long time.
5 years. When you left the bank, I remember Bill saying that you got a job in a law firm.
How is Bill? Is he okay?
No. Jimmy, he's not. It started slow. He would forget things.
Like amnesia?
No. He's delusional. Bill's schizophrenic.
I'm sorry.
He's been like this for almost 5 years. I can't care for him alone anymore. There's a home, a mental institution. I put him there 2 years ago.
Tell me how I can help.
For the most part, he's lived there without any problems, and then, about 8 months ago, he fell out a window.
He fell out a window?
On the 7th floor.
Oh, my God. But he survived.
Yes. A canopy on the 3rd floor broke his fall. That and a man named Edward Green.
Who?
An accountant who happened to be walking by the building. Bill landed on him and killed him instantly. Bill's being sued, Jimmy. Me too. I'm his legal guardian.
Deborah, if you need a lawyer, I'll do whatever I can.
He thinks he's Superman.
Excuse me?
My husband thinks that he is Superman.
I'm not sure what to say to that.
I know it sounds absurd, but it's not. In his mind, he really believes it, Jimmy. And what scares me? I don't think he fell out that window. I think he was trying to fly.
I've got a hearing that day.
So do I, and mine's in federal court.
We're not making child care decisions based on jurisdiction. Please, I need you to help me this one time. We need to find a new babysitter.
I understand, but I've got a full plate.
But so do I. But that never seems to count. Meanwhile, you keep taking on new cases.
I'm being criticized for that now? We need new cases to keep this place running.
Sometimes you need to choose family before work. Sorry. This sounds like a pretty good fight, but they're all waiting.
The Muntses need our help.
A lot of people need our help, Jimmy.
But I know these people. Bill Muntz was my friend.
So why are they just hiring you now?
The hospital told them they'd work out a settlement with the victim's wife, but they couldn't make a deal. So it's going to trial.
When?
2 days.
You can't just jump into a complicated tort case on 2 days' notice.
It's not complicated. Everybody agrees he's nuts. Everybody agrees he pancaked the guy.
We're talking about priorities. Taking on new clients when you already have cases that need your attention.
It won't take that long, I promise.
Defending a wrongful death case means no contingency.
These people got nobody else to turn to.
One day. That's all you get. If the case doesn't settle, I want you out.
That's all I ask. Now, I gotta go.
Wait, Jimmy, I'm going with you.
Lindsay.
We need a babysitter. I suggest you start looking.
Bill's been deeply affected by this. He sees himself as Superman. Heroes don't kill innocent people.
Did you tell him we were coming?
Yes, of course.
What should I call him? Bill or Superman?
Normally, Bill. We do our best here not to indulge the delusion. When we do, it's only to keep him calm.
Won't the medication help him with that?
To some extent. But Bill's not responding to the current drugs. I wish I could say he's improving. But he's not.
So the Bill Muntz I knew...
He's almost completely gone, Mr. Berluti. But he's still there. He still has rare moments of lucidity. You need to understand. Bill Muntz is mentally ill. That means he can be unpredictable, even unreasonable.
Jimmy!
Bill!
I'm sorry. When they said my friend Jimmy was here, I assumed they meant Jimmy Olsen. Have we met?
No, I don't think we have. I'm Jimmy Berluti. This is Lindsay Dole.
We're your lawyers.
Well, you must be here about the accident.
Yes, we were hoping to talk about that.
Well, I don't know what more I can say. It was a busy morning, and the attendants here at times can get me a little distracted. I tried to fly without my cape.
Your cape?
All I can say is, I made a mistake.
It's just... I didn't realize the cape was that important.
Well, of course it's important. I can't fly without it.
I understand.
A man is dead. And it's my fault. Nothing I can do will ever change that. I'll have to live with that for the rest of my life.
Actually, you may not remember me, Bill, but you and I once knew each other. I didn't keep in touch. Sorry about that. But you and I, we were friends.
I'm sorry. I don't remember.
It was a long time ago. But the man I knew, he never would have meant to hurt anyone. This was not your fault. Sometimes bad things happen, even to heroes.
Aren't you concerned about the effects a trial might have on him?
Yes, for Bill's sake, I'd prefer we settle.
So why haven't you?
We've done everything we could, but Mrs. Green and her lawyer are being totally unreasonable.
The woman is entitled to something. Her husband was killed.
Sure, but she's suing for $15 million. We offered her $1 million. She won't settle for less than $3 million.
You don't have insurance?
Of course we do, but we're worried our carrier will drop our coverage if we get hit for too much.
If that happens, we're finished. Patients that we've treated for years will be thrown into state mental institutions, if there's room. Most will end up on the street.
But if you lose at trial, the sky's the limit on damages. And let's face it, he jumped out of your window. You have to think you're going to lose.
Only if the jury thinks we're to blame.
Wait a minute. You're going to blame Bill? He's insane. You were responsible for him.
We're not blaming Bill.
Who then?
Talk to his wife.
His wife?
Ultimately, we didn't push him out that window. She did.
What are you talking about?
On the day Bill fell, his wife came to visit. To tell Bill she was filing for divorce.
Your client wasn't trying to fly, Mr. Berluti. He was trying to kill himself.
Why didn't you tell us?
I'm sorry. I didn't think they knew.
Deborah.
I've talked to their lawyer a dozen times. He never said anything about the divorce. Look, I'm not exactly proud of myself. We've been married for almost 14 years. For the last 5, I've been watching him fall apart, praying that he gets better.
Deborah, you don't need to.
I know I'm supposed to love him. Stay with him. And I swear to you both, I have tried, but you don't know what my life has become.
Do you think this was a suicide attempt?
Is that what they're planning on saying?
Yes.
You can't let them. Please. You cannot let Bill hear that.
They let the Munces think the case would settle. There wasn't going to be a trial.
So Deborah and Bill walk into court unprepared and get slaughtered with the judgment.
What are you going to do now?
Well,
Plan B.
What exactly are you getting at?
Well, Mrs. Green isn't the only one who's been hurt by this. The Munces have too. Emotional distress, pain and suffering. Put the blame where it belongs.
So you think we should sue the hospital?
Damn right.
Lucy, call the agency. I need to meet with more babysitters.
Will the judge let you do that? Sue the hospital?
We hope so. It's probably our only shot at winning, but it is dangerous. The hospital will come after you and Bill.
I don't know how much you can take.
you need to understand, if you're found liable, you could lose everything, including the money to pay for his care.
Okay.
He's been waiting for a while. We should go in.
Hello, Bill.
Hello, Lois.
We're not going to deny what happened. We're just going to say you weren't to blame.
Okay.
One more thing. If we can get the judge to go for it, we want you to wear this Superman outfit.
I saw the complaint. They named Muntz, not Superman. Muntz is the one on trial.
Bill, they already know you're Superman.
Do they? I'm not really sure.
Believe me, they definitely know. And having the jury see who you are, it could help explain to them how this happened.
Really? How?
Superman is an icon. America loves you.
Yes. Which is why I won't wear the outfit. Superman is a role model. He shouldn't be seen on trial. As a matter of fact, now that they know Muntz is Superman, I'm gonna need your help to change my name.
Ms. Dahl, I don't like surprises. Filing a cross-complaint on the day of trial constitutes a surprise.
Your Honor, we've only recently got on this case.
Mr. Klein, what does the plaintiff have to say about this?
Let them point fingers at each other, so long as my client gets what she's entitled to. What we don't want is a continuance.
We need time for discovery.
You've had time. They have had access to our clients from the moment this happened.
Your Honor, if the Munces lose, they can always come after us later.
That means 2 trials with the same witnesses and the same testimony. We don't need to try this twice.
Since the plaintiff does not object, and the hospital did have ample discovery, I'll allow the cross-complaint. We'll begin in an hour.
You asked if I was worried that a trial could devastate Bill. The better question is, are you?
You need to understand. Dr. Gorman is a compassionate man who gets paid to care about Bill's condition. I'm not.
How long were you and Mr. Green married?
In August, it would have been 23 years.
You must have loved him very much.
Yes, Mr. Klein, I loved my husband.
Tell us what happened, Mrs. Green.
I met Ed for lunch at 12, and when we were done, we decided to walk a few blocks to his office.
And when did you realize that something was wrong?
I slowed up for a minute to look at a dress in one of the windows.
Look, I don't want to hear this.
It's okay, Bill.
And I heard a scream. And I saw a man. That man. Lying on the sidewalk. He was wearing a Superman costume.
And what happened to Ed, Mrs. Green?
His neck was broken. I knew he was dead.
Thank you. I have nothing further.
Mr. Berluti? Mr. Aldridge? Your husband was an accountant.
Yes.
An accountant who earned $45,000 a year?
So?
So you're suing for $15 million in damages. The truth is, Mrs. Green, your husband was 53 years old. It would have taken him over 300 years to earn that kind of money.
My husband was killed, Mr. Aldrich.
Yes, because that woman chose to be reckless.
Objection.
You don't really believe that we're to blame for his death?
Objection.
Overruled.
This isn't right. I don't like this.
Bill?
She didn't care about ending her own marriage. Do you think she cares about ending yours?
I don't know who is to blame, Mr. Aldrich. All I do know is that my husband is dead. And no amount of money can make that right.
Bill's never tried to fly before. He never discussed the ability to fly. Flying is just not part of his pathology.
Did Mr. Muntz appear suicidal before that day?
No. If he had, we would have lodged him on a more secure floor.
Then why do you think this was a suicide attempt?
To understand, you need to know about Bill's condition.
Has his condition improved since being at the hospital?
No. About all we can do is keep him safe and calm. That means keeping stress to an absolute minimum.
Why?
It triggers inappropriate behavior. I think stress made him try to end his life.
And what stress are you referring to?
Bill's wife, Deborah, visited on the day in question. I met her at the reception desk and walked her into a private room. About 10 minutes later, I walked by that room and saw Bill alone crying.
Did you ask him what was wrong?
Yes, but he wouldn't say. I got him calmed down, then I went to get his medication. It was then that Bill jumped out the window.
He dresses like Superman. He calls his wife Lois. But you didn't think he might try to fly.
What happened had nothing to do with his assumption of Superman's identity.
So he's lying when he said he tried to fly?
At some level, I'm sure he believes it. But that's just the defense mechanism. Bill Muntz heard his wife say she was leaving him. Bill Muntz tried to kill himself, not Superman.
And you being the doctor, you must know exactly what reality he's in at any given moment.
I know he's ill. He needs a safe place, which we provided him until his wife destroyed it.
Move to strike. Non-responsive.
Sustained. The jury will disregard.
As director of the hospital, you treat patients and make staffing decisions.
Yes.
Doctor, isn't it a fact that last year your hospital was bought by a parent company?
Yes, but...
And less than 3 months after you were bought, you reduced your staff by almost 30%.
The company chose to streamline our costs. The reduction hasn't proven a danger to anyone.
Tell Ed Green that.
Objection!
Withdrawn. There were no bars on the windows, were there, Doctor?
No.
Because bars cost money.
They also intimidate and frighten the patients.
Well, that's worse than letting them fall out a window?
I told you before that day he wasn't suicidal.
Did you ask Mrs. Muntz why she was there that day?
Well, no.
If you were so concerned about Mr. Muntz's fragile psyche, why didn't you ask her why she was there?
Because I thought Mrs. Muntz cared about her husband's mental health. It never occurred to me that she would behave so recklessly.
I love kids. I have 6 of my own. 6? They're older than you. Are you two planning to have more?
Oh, no, we're not.
Ever been accused of misconduct with a child?
No, of course not.
Have you ever been arrested?
Bobby.
No!
Any problems with drugs or alcohol?
Oh, wait just a minute. The agency told me you were nice people.
Sorry, this is new for me. Before I hire someone to take care of my son, I like to be sure about them.
Well, I understand. I do have excellent references.
I see only 2 families listed.
I was with those people for over 10 years without a problem.
What about an AIDS test?
What? An AIDS test? No, I have not had an AIDS test.
Exactly how old are you?
I tell you what, I am old enough to know I don't need this. Good luck staying married to this pig.
What?
I lost him the day he forgot my name. He started calling me Lois.
Why did you place him at Clarendon Hall?
I kept him at home as long as I could. Please understand, I'm still in love with the man I married. It's just... Bill isn't that man anymore. I've lost my husband.
Tell us why you went to see him that day.
I went to tell Bill I was asking for a divorce.
Was that really something that he needed to hear?
Yes. We've been together a long time. It's something he deserved to hear from me.
And how did he react when you told him about it?
At first, he was confused and upset. He said that Superman and Lois could never be apart. But by the time I left, he seemed okay.
This wasn't the first time you considered a divorce, was it?
That's not true.
You didn't want to be married to a mid-level banker. You resented Bill for his lack of ambition.
Objection, Your Honor.
This is what Bill Muntz told his therapist the first year he got to the hospital.
That's privileged.
We can use his statements to defend ourselves.
He's right, Miss Dahl. By suing the hospital, you waived the privilege.
I loved my husband, Mr. Aldridge.
Then why did you make him so miserable? He said you called him weak, stupid.
Bill would never have said that.
Your husband chose to be Superman. In his mind, he had to be perfect to make you happy.
Objection. Argumentative.
Sustained.
This past year, Mrs. Muntz, how many times did you visit your husband?
She came when she could, Bill. Please.
Mrs. Muntz?
I don't know.
9 times. 9 times, Mrs. Muntz. You can't even make it there 1 day a month.
It's hard for me to see him like this.
Stop him from hurting Lois.
Why didn't you talk to his doctor first?
Excuse me?
You're his legal guardian. You were filing for divorce. You had to know Bill might get upset. Why not ask for his doctor's permission?
I don't need permission to speak with my husband.
Your husband, Mrs. Muntz, is mentally ill. You're going to leave him and you don't tell his doctor ahead of time?
Objection.
Stop it! None of this has anything to do with truth or justice.
Mr. Muntz, sit down right now.
She doesn't have to worry about me. I'm Superman.
Counsel, sit him down now or he's out of here faster than a speeding bullet.
Please.
I will testify.
We can talk about that, but you need to sit down.
Attacking Lois like that, we can't let them get away with it.
I don't think he should testify.
I don't like it either, but you didn't do so well up there. It's risky, I know, but I think we need him to say this wasn't your fault.
Bill, are you sure you want to testify?
You're damn right. Those sons of bitches! I'm sorry. I don't know why, I'm going to protect Lois. I'm going to testify.
He can't testify. He's crazy.
He's a named defendant. He has to be allowed to take the stand.
Not if he's incompetent.
They say his wife caused him to jump. He's got the right to explain that she didn't.
He has no sense of reality, of the truth.
He can explain what was going through his mind. That's completely relevant to the question of liability.
I hope Mr. Berluti realizes that if his client testifies, I'm going to treat him like any other witness.
Meaning what?
I'll have no choice but to go after him. The man is not well. You've made him watch everyone he's trusted turn on him. His wife, his doctor. What are you trying to do? Totally destroy him?
Is he threatening my witness?
No, he's warning you. And so am I. Are you sure you want to do this, Mr. Berluti?
Look, if we lose, if the jury hits the Munces with real damages, they won't be able to afford private care. Bill will spend the rest of his life in a state institution and feel responsible for bankrupting his wife. We can't let that happen.
I'll let him testify, Mr. Berluti. But I hope you know what you're doing.
Flying isn't something I just do. There has to be a reason.
So you've flown before?
Many, many times.
Why did you want to fly that day?
Well, Lois had come to see me.
Sorry. Who's Lois?
The woman seated there. My wife.
Why do you think she came to see you?
She said she wanted a divorce. But I think she wanted my help. I think she was in some kind of danger.
What kind of danger?
I don't really know. When she left, I watched her from the window, and I was going to follow her from above to make sure she was all right. But that nurse, she started harping on me about going down to lunch. I forgot my cape. I need the cape to fly.
So you weren't trying to hurt yourself. You were just trying to fly.
That's right.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Mr. Muntz, you love your wife.
Very much.
So when she told you she was leaving you, that was devastating, wasn't it?
No.
Weren't you crying?
At first, maybe. And then I calmed down.
When? Dr. Gorman said he found you crying 10 minutes later. Alone. You do remember that, don't you? Mr. Muntz?
I remember.
Did she say why she was leaving?
Objection. Irrelevant.
Goes to his state of mind.
Overruled.
Did she say why she was leaving?
Not really.
Not really? Didn't she tell you exactly why? Isn't it a fact that your wife told you she had met someone else? A man she met at work?
What?
Objection. Lacks foundation.
I can lay the foundation. I've got photos.
Objection.
Overruled. Mr. Muntz, do you remember the question?
She didn't say that. I don't know what he's talking about.
Mr. Muntz, you tried to kill yourself, didn't you?
Lo,
Your wife told you that she had fallen in love with another man and you tried to kill yourself. Isn't that right?
I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know. I don't know. Lo, I don't know what he's talking about. I know that Lois, she would not tell me anything like that. She wouldn't say that she was somebody else. I don't know.
How is he?
I don't know. He won't talk to anyone.
Can I see him?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Jimmy, what they said about me meeting somebody else, you have to believe me. I never told him that's not the reason I want the divorce.
I understand, Deborah, and I know you were trying to protect him. But hiding the truth, he shouldn't have heard it for the first time in court, and I shouldn't have either. I gotta get ready for my closing.
I'm sorry.
Jimmy gets nervous before his closings.
No, he's right. The truth is, Lindsay, I've never known what's best for Bill. I mean, I know I'm not responsible for his disease. Not really. But that lawyer, he was right about one thing. I never appreciated what we had. I kept pushing him to be what I wanted. What I thought he could become. I don't think I ever accepted him simply for who he really was. I should have.
In the law, we have a doctrine called res ipsa loquitur. The thing speaks for itself. Sometimes negligence is so obvious, so blatant, the law simply shifts the burden to the defense. We know someone was at fault for this, so explain to us why it shouldn't be you. Here, we have two defendants at fault. A wife who drove her husband to attempt suicide, and an institution that failed to control its patient. Who's more to blame? That's your decision. But there was negligence here. Mentally ill men in costumes don't just drop on an accountant's head.
He's convinced that he's Superman, but they never expected he might try to fly? Ed Green would be alive if there were bars on those windows. It really is that simple. You have to ask yourself, who was in the best position to prevent what happened? They were in control. They were responsible for keeping him safe. That's what they were being paid to do. The fact is, Clarendon Hall isn't really a hospital. It's a business. These people care about profits, not patients. And that's why they didn't have bars on the windows. That's why they didn't have more staff on that floor. Dr. Gorman saw Bill Muntz crying in his room. If anyone had stayed in that room, Ed Green would still be alive. If they really think he tried to kill himself, imagine the cruelty of revealing to him that his wife is seeing another man right here in open court. Now, I don't know much Latin, Mr. Klein, but that's a thing that speaks for itself.
When Deborah Muntz told her husband she was leaving him, it was reckless cruelty. She drove him out that window. Had she told Dr. Gorman, and she had the chance, he would have protected Bill. She didn't do it. That's the negligence that cost Ed Green his life. Our hospital has taken good care of Bill Muntz. For almost 5 years, long after his wife stopped coming to visit, Dr. Gorman and his staff have provided round-the-clock treatment. Don't blame us for the actions of a wife who parked her sick husband at our doorstep and then stopped caring for him. Don't blame us for her neglect and cruelty. We're a hospital. We're in the business of caring for people. But for Mrs. Muntz, this tragedy would never have happened.
Bobby, what are you doing here?
Is it over?
Jimmy's with the Muntzes. We're still waiting for a verdict.
What do you think?
I don't know. An innocent man was killed. The jury's gonna want to blame somebody for that.
I thought you might need this.
What is it?
Mental hospitals from around the country. I made a few calls.
A few? There are 15 names here.
The underlying ones might be able to take Bill when this is over. The two with the stars by them are your best shots.
This must have taken you hours, and with all the work that you've got... Why'd you do it?
To be honest, I don't know. Let's just say I fell for the guy.
There but for the grace of God.
Something like that. By the way, I think we've got a new babysitter.
You're kidding. You managed to hire one?
No, Eugene and Eleanor did the interviewing. She seems very nice.
You still get the credit. Thank you.
I better get back to the office.
Bobby? What? I'll see you later.
Miss Dole, the jury's back.
Madam Foreperson, the jury has reached a verdict.
We have, Your Honor.
What say you?
On question 1, do we find the defendant, William Muntz, negligent? We, the jury, answer no. On question 2, do we find the defendant, Deborah Muntz, negligent? We, the jury, answer yes.
Quiet. I said quiet. Madam Foreperson, do you have a verdict on question 3?
Yes, Your Honor. Question 3, do we find the defendant, Clarendon Hall, negligent? We, the jury, answer yes. We further order that Clarendon Hall pay damages to the plaintiff in the amount of $3 million and that Deborah Muntz pay damages to the plaintiff in the amount of $1. Excuse me, we're not done. Question 4, as to the cross-complaint, we find for the complainants and order the hospital to pay Bill and Deborah Muntz actual damages of $1 and to pay Bill Muntz punitive damages in the amount of $1 million.
Your Honor, we move for judgment notwithstanding the verdict and ask that the damage award be set aside.
Motion denied. Members of the jury, this completes your service. You're dismissed with my thanks. This court is adjourned.
You did it, Jill. Thank you so much.
We'll appeal until this judgment.
Somebody get a doctor! Somebody get a doctor!
What is it? Can you breathe?
I'm flying to the hospital to get this man a doctor! No, wait!
No!
He was having a heart attack.
It's a panic attack, Bill. Some minor chest pains caused by stress.
Bill, now that this is over, we need to talk.
May I come in?
This is a client meeting.
Come on, Bill.
What are you doing?
Taking Bill back to the hospital. The lawyer says our appeal should take a year. Whatever you may think, Mr. Berluti, I'm still his doctor. Bill tried to save my life. So as long as we remain open, he's going to have a home.
You don't have to go with him, Bill. There are other hospitals that might take you in.
Is it okay to talk to Lois for a second?
I don't think that would be a good idea.
No. Wait, it's all right.
I want to come home.
I know. But you can't.
You don't love me anymore.
It's not true. I just can't take care of you anymore.
Whatever you did, if you met someone else, I don't care about that. All that matters to me is that we stay together.
I can't do this again. I'm sorry.
Deborah. I'll use whatever name you want. Listen to me. I won't be Superman anymore. I promise, I can do it.
You can't. The world needs Superman. Especially now. And no matter how much I might want to, I can't ask you to stop being who you really are.
I love you.
I love you too. Goodbye.
Well, I want to go home.
Previously on The Practice.
Mitchell, come on. I'm going to the favor bank here. I will give you anything.
Anything? Take off your shirt.
So if I have sex with you, you'll cut a deal.
I'm extremely sorry for my inappropriate behavior. Obviously, any deal predicated on a sexual relationship is wrong, and hereby off the table.
You know, Mitchell, I am getting the sickening feeling that your offer wasn't pulled because of conscience, but because I wouldn't go for it.
Was sex put on the table as part of a plea bargain?
Yes, by Miss Frutt.
You think that I would resort to making up this kind of story?
Eleanor, I'm inclined to believe you, but trust me when I advise you. Let this drop. Don't do any more cases with him.
We want you to offer Judge Fleming a bribe.
Which brings you to me, is that right? You'd like to make a deal, too?
If possible, Your Honor, yes.
$10,000.
Judge Charles Fleming?
What's going on?
You're under arrest for accepting bribes.
I have done nothing illicit. What I did do was expedite cases that came before me. If I benefited from such, well then, so be it. You have cast out the dirty judge. Justice is restored.
That's correct, Your Honor. We are seeking an immediate modification of the court's previously issued conditions of release.
Yes, just a moment. $50,000 bail. A stay-away order forbidding contact with the wife or child, and the suspension of any rights to make health and welfare decisions regarding that child. Those rights shall reside with the mother. This all seems equitable given the seriousness of the crime with which your client has been charged.
I'd ask you to consider the nightmare in which my client finds himself.
Your Honor, Mr. Goss created that nightmare by putting his daughter in a coma.
Mr. Goss is innocent. He has been Baby M's primary caregiver while his wife worked, and now his child is sick. But under this court order, he is neither permitted to see his child nor to make critical medical decisions that could determine whether she lives or dies.
Then you do understand my decision.
The fact remains, my client's rights as a parent should not be denied simply because he's been charged with a crime.
We're going in circles here.
This father is requesting that every effort be made to save the life of his child.
He knows if his child dies, he will be facing this jury on murder charges.
This is about baby M. Where is your compassion?
I have no compassion for a man who beats an innocent child.
All right, that's enough. Till Mr. Goss is cleared of the charges made against him, I have no intention of endangering anyone. The court's conditions for release, including those involving your client, to keep him away from seeing his wife and child, stand. And if Mr. Goss refuses to abide by those conditions, I'll throw him in jail. Now, if there's nothing else.
Your Honor, may I approach? For the record, I'd respectfully point out that you and the late Judge Fleming were close friends. I'd also make it clear that my partner, Bobby Donald, was recruited by the U.S. Attorney's Office, and the fact that Judge Fleming took his own life after his wrongdoings were uncovered.
What are you implying?
The court's duty is to set reasonable bail. And perhaps you have undue prejudice towards my client, since you may wrongly assume that Mr. Donald was somehow responsible for Judge Fleming's death. I move that you recuse yourself.
Mr. Young, I lost a dear friend, and for that I'm saddened. But hear me now. Don't you ever walk into my courtroom and insult my integrity. Otherwise, I'll find you in contempt so fast your teeth will spin. Your motion is denied. We're adjourned until tomorrow, when this trial will begin.
Taking a big chance.
Yeah, but now if we lose, we can raise the judge's bias on appeal.
This case is as ugly as it gets, and it just got a lot uglier.
Wait. The assault case you're handling this morning. My office is shorthanded, and I had to assign another ADA.
I don't care who I'm up against.
It's Mitchell Wheeler.
Helen? Do I have to remind you he offered my client a reduced sentence in exchange for a look at my breasts?
I know, and Judge Kittleson said the two of you shouldn't be trying cases together, but I don't have a choice.
Well, obviously, I don't have a choice.
Eleanor, I promise, if he so much as makes one single inappropriate remark or looks at you in any way that resembles sexual harassment, I will severely reprimand him.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he'd like that if a spanking was part of the bargain.
What matters is what the jury thinks. And trust me, they can't see the face I'm seeing now.
How can the judge forbid me from being with my own daughter?
Tom, try and relax. We're doing all we can. Really, this is just the beginning. Yesterday was worth the shot, but the court didn't budge. If your wife decides to disconnect Mary Beth's life support before the verdict, you have to accept...
Kelly won't disconnect life support.
I received the prosecution's witness list. Your wife is on it, and she's testifying against you. We have to cross-examine her.
No. She's been through hell already, and I don't want her going through any more.
Tom, try to understand
I said no, damn it!
You and I don't know what your wife will say when she gets up there. And right now, you're the one on trial. The only other person who could have put your baby in the hospital is Kelly. It's either you or her.
I need to go for a walk.
Listen, Tom...
Get out of my way! Eugene, I wasn't trying to,
Go for that walk. And I don't want to see you till you've calmed down.
Morning, Eleanor.
Don't talk to me.
And Ms. Kim, what do you do in the cosmetics department? What's your job?
I offer samples of perfume
How do you offer those samples?
with just a small spray.
That's not how she doused me. Miss McIntosh.
Perhaps you can demonstrate.
A small spray, like this.
Ms. Kim, when you offered the defendant a sample, what happened?
She became angry. She told me to back off, then she knocked the bottle from my hand. It crashed to the floor and glass went everywhere. I needed 4 stitches on my ankle.
Would you indicate just who threatened you?
There.
Thank you, Ms. Kim. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Miss Kim, would you please step down? Your Honor, with your permission, I'd also ask that my client come forward as well. Perhaps by reenacting what happened, the jury would get a better sense of what went on that day.
Your Honor, the defendant hasn't even testified yet. This is going to confuse the jury.
I'm only asking that the court extend the same courtesy to my client insofar as a demonstration goes.
Get at it, Miss Frett.
Miss Kim, if you will. Your testimony was that my client approached, and for no apparent reason, she became belligerent.
My partner and me, we got a call from dispatch of a baby in distress. When we arrived at the defendant's apartment, we rang the bell and we knocked on the door.
Did the defendant respond?
Yes, he said he wasn't able to wake his baby from her nap. In fact, he wasn't even sure she was alive.
How would you describe Mr. Goss's demeanor at the time?
Well, he didn't seem upset like you'd normally expect.
Objection.
Sustained. Just tell us how the defendant appeared.
He was quiet, kind of detached.
All right, what did you do next?
Well, we were directed to the bedroom where we found the infant lying face up in her crib. She wasn't breathing, and she appeared cyanotic. She was bluish, meaning she'd been without oxygen for some time.
Her heart was beating.
My partner found a very weak pulse while I was bagging. I was helping her to breathe.
During all this time, was there anyone else in the apartment?
No, just Mr. Goss.
Tom Goss called 911, correct?
Yes.
So then obviously he cared about his daughter.
Objection, speculation.
Overruled.
It didn't seem that he cared.
Are you telling me that in all the time you've been an EMT, you've never witnessed anyone react the way Mr. Goss reacted?
If my baby had stopped breathing out...
But this wasn't your baby. Isn't it possible, believing his daughter was dead, that my client was in shock?
Okay, sure, but
Were there any signs of bruising?
I didn't notice any.
Any signs of abuse whatsoever?
Look, this was an emergency response. I was there to save a life. It would have been impossible for me to notice everything.
That's exactly my point. Nothing further.
Prosecution calls Dr. Daniel Taylor, a pediatric care specialist at Boston General.
I've been at Boston General 22 years, chief of pediatrics for 12.
Were you involved in Baby M's care?
From the beginning. She was born 6 weeks premature.
Did she suffer any complications as a result of her premature birth?
Well, her cardiovascular, respiratory, and even neurological systems were all underdeveloped. But I expected her to mature into a healthy child.
How many times did Baby M visit your office?
Over 8 months, about 16 times.
Who would bring her?
Almost always Mr. Goss. In about the 3rd month, I started seeing indications that something was wrong. And on one visit, I noticed that the baby's left leg was bruised.
Did you ask Mr. Goss about it?
He thought perhaps she had rolled against the side of her crib. There had been no bruising before that incident, so I didn't think much about it.
Was there a second incident?
Sidebar, Your Honor.
Quickly.
We've been over this pre-trial. She can't bring up the prior bruises. There's no evidence linking them to my client. It's prejudicial.
This is the treating physician, an expert witness who can testify what he based his opinion on.
You've got no proof and no connection to my client.
He can explain his opinion.
It's prejudicial.
Oh, come on. What is it, Eugene? You afraid the jury's going to see your client for the lowlife he is?
Enough. I'm going to give the jury a limiting instruction and permit this line of questioning for a while, Miss Gamble. But you're on a short leash.
That's crap, and you know it.
You better check your emotions, counselor. Whatever your personal animus might be towards me, you're not acting in the best interest of your client. I suggest that you get a grip before you jeopardize him even further. Let me help you. Take a recess.
She'll be fine. In fact, probably a little bit richer since the prosecution's witness flipped out on her.
Why were charges filed in the first place?
Because the woman is off her nut and Mitchell Wheeler is a horse's ass. What do you want?
2 minutes. Please.
You've got 1 minute.
When I offered to reduce your client's sentence to see your breasts, I not only obstructed justice, I hurt you.
We were friends. I don't think you realize just how much you hurt me.
You accused me in front of Judge Kittleson. I was blindsided. All I could think to do was accuse you.
This isn't sounding like an apology, Mitchell.
Try to understand. It was either embarrass you or get disbarred.
You made the wrong choice.
I know. And if I could do it all over again, I'd own up to my behavior. Eleanor, I'm sorry I hurt you. And I hope that someday you're able to forgive me. If you want to speak to Judge Kittleson, then I'll back you up.
Do not make this my responsibility. I don't even know why I'm listening. You accused and humiliated me in open court and then crushed me by suggesting I needed psychological help. You are a real bastard. I don't want you asking me if I'm okay.
All right. So, Doctor, it was your phone call to social services that resulted in the defendant's arrest.
Yes, there was a second incident. This time there was a more pronounced set of bruises.
What did the defendant say?
He made no explanation, and that concerned me. I made a notation in the file and said I wanted to see Baby M after 1 week instead of the usual 2. Unfortunately, that appointment was never kept.
Please tell the jury why.
Baby M was rushed to the hospital before that day arrived. When I was notified, I went immediately to the emergency room myself. You can imagine what I felt when I saw that this child had nearly been murdered.
Objection. Move to strike.
Sustained. The jury will disregard. Just tell us what you observed.
We did a CT scan which showed severe swelling of the brain, the kind of swelling we'd expect when a child is shaken violently. In addition, Baby M's arms were bruised, consistent with being held tightly in that area. But most telling was the bilateral retinal hemorrhaging.
What would cause the hemorrhaging?
In an infant, aggressive shaking. The force of such movement is more than enough to cause injury. It's my medical opinion that baby M was shaken almost to death.
Is there any way to determine when the incident occurred?
Not with precision, but based on my experience, it's my opinion that this occurred no more than 12 hours prior to baby M's arrival at the hospital.
Did you mention that to Mr. Goss?
Yes. He said it was impossible that the baby hadn't been out of his sight all day.
Dr. Taylor, isn't it possible that this child's injuries occurred a full 72 hours prior to her arrival at the hospital?
That's extremely unlikely.
The question is whether it's possible. Shaken baby syndrome can manifest itself up to 3 full days after the baby's been shaken, correct?
That's very rare.
But you don't have any idea who handled that baby in the 3 days before the crisis, do you?
No, I don't.
You claim you saw bruising on the child's leg, and even more pronounced bruises on the next several visits.
Yes, and as I'm sure you know, you can find those noted in her chart.
If you'd become so concerned, why didn't you notify social services prior to the date of the emergency?
I wish to God I had. But at the time, I couldn't be sure of abuse.
Yes, but you aren't any more sure now than you were then.
Those bruises were consistent with abuse, Mr. Young. When I arrived at the hospital to evaluate the baby, I had no doubt whatsoever she was shaken.
And you know that because you saw the swelling of the brain as well as the retinal hemorrhaging.
That's correct.
Well, couldn't the swelling have been caused by a cerebral aneurysm?
I conducted a CT scan. I would have seen an aneurysm on that scan. What's more, an aneurysm alone wouldn't explain retinal hemorrhaging.
Isn't it possible, if not likely, that a loving father in shock upon seeing that his child isn't breathing might lift up that child and try reviving her, and in that moment of fear, produce the retinal hemorrhaging of which you're talking about?
I highly doubt that.
You may doubt it, but the fact is, you don't know to a medical certainty when this happened. And unless you were there, you don't know who, if anyone, is responsible.
Objection argumentative.
Overruled.
This could have been an accident.
This was not an accident.
Then, for all you know, Doctor, Mrs. Goss is the one who harmed her child.
Kelly would never hurt our daughter. Please, don't listen to them.
Mr. Goss, sit down.
I told them you couldn't have done this.
Mr. Goss.
We love our daughter. Why won't you believe me?
Tom, sit down. Sit down.
If anyone's got an idea, don't hold back now.
The wife ran from the courtroom?
She's afraid of her husband. That's what the jury's gonna think anyway.
Didn't Eugene cut down the paramedic and make good points with the doctor?
He's chief of pediatrics, Jimmy, not some intern. He was effective. And any points I made were forgotten when Tom lost control.
Is it really that bad?
It's not good. And right now, Tom Goss is our biggest problem.
Why not have him testify?
That's not an option. He's too unpredictable.
Okay, so who do they have next?
The wife. Rebecca, you ready?
I'll do what I can.
Rebecca, we need this.
I understand. But Tom is still the key. If he won't give us anything to attack her with on cross, he's going to prison.
Are you stalking me now?
I need to speak with you. I've been standing outside for over an hour.
You're pathetic, you know that? Come in and warm up before I kick you out.
The cops did a more thorough background check. Seems Catherine Kim's been involved in 2 similar incidents prior to this one.
I've advised my client to sue.
What you said this afternoon. I want you to know I heard you. But I also want you to know, immediately after what happened in Kittleson's courtroom, I started to take stock of myself. My divorce is final in 3 weeks. This is my last case with the DA's office. I quit today. If I was capable of propositioning you in exchange for a lighter sentence, I mean, if I was able to betray our close friendship like that, then I needed to examine my life. Eleanor. I am so sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to startle you.
It's okay.
Just left court so quickly, I thought I'd find you here. Is there anything I can do to help?
Would you sit here with me? You don't need to stay long. Just...
Of course.
I keep hearing Dr. Taylor about how Mary Beth will probably never walk or talk. Is that a life? God, maybe things would have been different if I had just...
Look, you can't blame yourself for your daughter being in a coma.
I don't know what to do.
Well, right now, there's no reason to do anything.
If I take her off the respirator...
I'm suggesting you wait.
Should I talk to Tom?
You can't. There's a restraining order.
What's wrong? What's happening? What's happening? Somebody get a doctor! Somebody, please! Help!
Okay. She has a low-grade temp. Check it now.
What's happening?
Get a good guess.
Wow. The most bizarre thing just happened. I thought I saw Mitchell Wheeler running out of here, half-dressed.
That was Mitchell, and I know what you're gonna say.
I don't know what I'm gonna say.
I know. It seems crazy. I was in love with Mitchell all through college. We were really close. You know, we studied together, we slept on each other's couches. He flirted with me all the time. But he never... He always had some trophy girl on his arm. And then... last night, it was just about so many things. Validation for all of those years that I loved him. And he made me feel desirable, that maybe something like this is possible for me. But honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing.
If it's what you wanted, I'm happy for you. But Eleanor, after what he did to you, it's none of my business.
Your wife was right there with her.
Look, Mary Beth, she's all right.
She's fine. It was a small seizure.
I want to see my daughter. The judge can't do this. It isn't fair to Mary Beth or Kelly. I need to testify. I want to tell my side of what happened.
You did damage to yourself in court yesterday. The jury won't forget that.
What better reason for them to hear what I have to say, to explain?
Explain what? How you lose control? With your wife? With me? With your daughter?
How can you say that?
Right now, nobody's gonna believe you. It's your decision. But my advice is you sit in that court and keep quiet.
The DA is putting your wife on the stand today. Tom, I have to cross-examine her.
No. You want to cross-examine Kelly and suggest that the mother of my child is responsible for what happened.
Tom, did you hurt your baby?
No.
Can you look me in the eye and tell me your wife didn't? Then you owe it to your child to allow us to try and find out the truth.
Donnie, Dolan Fred? Yeah, just one moment. It's the doctor from Boston General returning your call.
Oh, great. Hello. Hi. Thanks for calling me back. Yeah, he's sitting right here. Oh, good. Great. What were you able to find out? Uh-huh.
Hey, Zoe. Your nanny canceled too?
Yeah, 5-car accidents got the Fitzgerald backed up to Brookline. I told her not to bother.
Where are you going, half day?
Half-day seminar, Rent Crisis Center.
Well, who's going to answer the phones?
I told you about this a week ago.
Honey, will you take the baby? I'll try not to be too long. Eleanor, we're going to Boston General.
Wait, is something wrong?
Nothing. I need your bad cop for my good cop.
Why am I always the bad cop?
I'll explain on the way.
Here.
No, wait.
Your wife has asked me to help.
He needs a diaper, okay?
Hey, and if she's hungry, there's snacks in the bag.
Your Honor, the prosecution calls Kelly Goss to the stand.
Whatever happens, keep quiet and just sit there.
The baby was crying. A lot. She wouldn't sleep for more than an hour at a time. And with the visits to Dr. Taylor's, the bills, Tom and I were falling apart.
How did Tom adjust to his new life?
Not well. After losing his job, he always seemed to be on edge. He has a short temper anyway.
Objection.
Sustained.
Did you ever see your husband hit the baby or hurt her physically in any way?
No. But he yelled at her sometimes. I already said she was crying all the time.
And during this time, how were you and your husband getting along?
We loved each other. But we had these fights. And once Tom was so upset, he said he felt trapped and he wished that we'd never even had the baby. I don't think he meant it, but he said it, and it scared me.
What was your daughter's condition the night before she was taken to the emergency room?
Well, she was crying almost constantly. We were up most of the night. Finally, about 4 a.m, she quieted down, and I didn't see her before I went to work the next day.
When was the next time you saw her?
That night at the hospital.
Mrs. Goss, your husband wasn't the only one falling apart, was he?
Things were hard on both of us.
In fact, after giving birth, you suffered from postpartum depression, isn't that right?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance.
A little leeway, I'll show the relevance.
With caution, counsel.
You were so depressed you started drinking, didn't you?
My drinking was never a problem.
You were reprimanded at work. You nearly lost your job.
I hated my job. And when I came home at night, there was even more work with the baby.
And that made you angry, didn't it? You fought with your husband because he was concerned you were losing control.
I would never harm my child.
Mrs. Goss, 1 week prior to the emergency, did you shake your baby outside the apartment in the hall?
What?
You were juggling a bag of groceries and your daughter was crying.
Your Honor.
You heard the phone ring inside and you had trouble with the door.
Your Honor, objection.
Overruled.
Wasn't your neighbor standing in the hall and didn't she see you shake your baby in anger and frustration?
Absolutely not. That isn't true.
The night before the emergency, you said your daughter kept you awake for most of the night until she fell asleep about 4 in the morning?
That's right.
Mrs. Goss, weren't you the last one to look in on your child that night? Your daughter was crying when you went in, but she wasn't crying when you came out. Your little baby didn't cry the rest of the night, did she? Or the next morning, when by your own testimony, you left for work without even going back into that room and checking in on her.
I would never, ever hurt my baby.
I have nothing further.
Before any redirect, we'll take a 20-minute recess.
Eugene, are you still crossing Mrs. Goss?
Just finished.
Well, you'll need to recall a witness.
You confirm this?
We've checked into it, Your Honor. It's all been confirmed, yes.
How could this happen?
I think we're about to find out.
Come in.
Hello, everyone.
Dr. Taylor, I ask you here because there's been a development.
Ms. Gamble?
Baby M had a seizure last night and again early this morning. Apparently, the hospital ran some tests.
On whose authority? I wasn't informed of any of this.
On the authority of Kelly Goss.
The tests show the baby actually suffers from meningococcemia. Did I say that correctly, Dr. Taylor? The illness presents with most of the same symptoms. Look over the record if you like. A spinal tap revealed diffused encephalitis.
You can't blame me for this. Based on the parents and the child's history and the symptoms that I saw, my diagnosis is completely justifiable.
You blew it.
What gives you the right to tell me that
If you'd caught this early, a simple course of antibiotics would have been enough. But you didn't catch it because you didn't look, and you didn't look because you'd seen enough. As far as you were concerned, the parents were not only suspect, the father was guilty, and as a result, you almost killed their child. You blew it.
You don't waste time.
Hey.
You're not a little scared?
No. I'm terrified. Maybe that's why I'm only running away for a week.
Where'd you decide to go?
Scotland. Wanted to visit for as long as I could remember. Plus,
It's far away.
there's that. Do you regret last night?
No.
Come with me.
Come with me? There was a time that I would have sold my soul to hear you say that to me.
Come with me.
Mitchell. I don't trust you. I may love you, but I don't trust you, not now.
Ellie, I've wasted so much time. But you have to forgive me.
It's not a question of forgiveness. You have that, or I wouldn't be here. And I can't believe I'm saying this after all these years. But I am not willing to risk myself or my daughter for something I have never been able to trust in the past. It's a brave thing, what you're doing, a necessary thing. But you can't do it with me.
Then I want to change that. Ellie. If nothing else, please believe that my love for you is real.
I hope you find what you're looking for. Goodbye, Mitchell.
Six years ago, I took my grandmother off life support. I've regretted it ever since. You wondered if this is a life? Kelly, you and your husband created this life together. And although I can't even imagine how painful it must be to see what's happened, and to know she won't get much better, she's still your baby. This sickness and Dr. Taylor, this case, it almost cost you your daughter and your marriage. I don't know. Maybe too much has happened between you and your husband, but at least try to get through it together. You deserve that. So does Mary Beth. Good luck, Mr. Goss.